He married me suddenly, but I didn't know the real reason behind it. Keep watching, because the truth behind this marriage will shock you completely. My name is Zoya. If someone had told me a year ago that I would marry a man I barely knew, I would have laughed. I always believed marriage should come from love, trust, and deep understanding. I wanted a simple life, a peaceful relationship, and a partner who truly cared about me. But life had other plans. I met Ayon through my family. It was not a romantic meeting. It was formal, short, and a little awkward. He was calm, quiet, and very serious. He didn't talk much, but there was something about him that felt strong and stable. A few days later, my parents told me something unexpected. Ayon had agreed to marry me. I was shocked. We barely knew each other. We had only met once. There were no long conversations, no emotional connection, no love story. Just a simple decision that changed everything. When I asked him why he wanted to marry me, he gave a simple answer. I think you are a good person, he said. That was it. No deep explanation. No emotional reason. Just those few words. I didn't understand it completely, but I agreed. Maybe I thought love would grow after marriage. Maybe I trusted my family too much. Or maybe I believed that sometimes, things just work out. Our wedding happened quickly. Everything felt like a dream. A strange, confusing dream. People smiled, congratulated us, and celebrated our new beginning. But inside me, there was a quiet question that refused to go away. Why did he choose me? After marriage, I moved into his house. He treated me well. He was respectful, calm, and never rude. But something was missing. He was distant. Emotionally distant. Like he was hiding something. Like he was there, but not really present. And that's when I started to feel it. This was not a normal marriage. There was a reason behind it. A reason I didn't know yet. But, days passed, and I tried my best to adjust to my new life. I woke up early, managed the house, and tried to understand Ayon better. I wanted to build a connection with him, to turn this arranged marriage into something real. But it wasn't easy. Ayon was always busy. He would leave early for work and return late at night. Even when he was at home, he seemed lost in his thoughts. Our conversations were short, formal, and sometimes completely silent. I tried to start deeper conversations. I asked about his work, his past, his dreams. But he always gave short answers. Nothing more. It felt like he was building a wall between us. A wall I couldn't cross. One night, I noticed something strange. His phone rang late at night, and he quickly went to another room to answer it. His voice was low, serious, and slightly emotional. I'm handling everything, he said. You don't need to worry. Those words made my heart uneasy. Who was he talking to? What was he handling? And why did it feel like something important was being hidden from me? The next day, I tried to ask him. But he avoided the question. Said it was just work. But I didn't believe him. Because something didn't feel right. I started noticing more things. Late night calls. Secret messages. Moments when he seemed stressed and distracted. It was clear now. There was something in his life that he was hiding from me. And that something was connected to our marriage. I didn't know what it was yet. But I could feel it. And the more I ignored it, the stronger that feeling became. I needed answers. Because living with questions was slowly breaking me inside. One evening, I decided to follow him. It wasn't an easy decision, but I had reached my limit. I needed to know the truth. I needed to understand why my husband felt like a stranger in my own life. He left the house as usual, telling me he had work. But instead of going to his office, he drove to a hospital. That confused me. Why would he go there? I waited outside for a few minutes, then gathered my courage and went inside. My heart was beating fast as I walked through the hallway. Everything felt quiet, serious and heavy. I asked the nurse about him. She told me the room number. I walked slowly toward it. Every step felt difficult. Like I was getting closer to a truth I wasn't ready to face. When I reached the door, I paused for a moment. Then I opened it. What I saw inside shocked me. There was an older woman lying on the bed. Weak. Pale. Barely conscious. And Ion was sitting beside her, holding her hand tightly. His eyes were filled with tears. "This is my mother," he said softly when he saw me. I stood there, speechless. Confused. Emotional. "I married you because she wanted to see me settled before she dies," he continued. My heart stopped. That was the reason. Not love. Not connection. But a promise. A responsibility. A final wish. Everything suddenly made sense. His distance. His silence. His hidden pain. But even then, it still hurt. I stood quietly in that hospital room, trying to understand everything at once. The truth was finally in front of me, but it brought more emotions than I expected. I felt pain, confusion, and a strange sense of understanding at the same time. Ion looked at me with regret in his eyes. He knew he should have told me the truth earlier. He knew I deserved honesty. But he was afraid. Afraid that I would refuse the marriage, afraid that he would fail his mother's last wish. "I didn't want to lie to you," he said softly. But I had no choice. Those words stayed in my mind. No choice. Life is not always simple. Sometimes people make decisions not because they want to, but because they feel they have to. I looked at his mother again. She looked peaceful, unaware of the emotional storm around her. In that moment, I realized something important. This marriage may not have started with love, but it didn't mean it couldn't grow into something real. Ion was not a bad person. He was a son trying to fulfill his mother's last wish. And I was now part of that story. Slowly, I walked closer and stood beside him. I didn't say anything for a few seconds, but my silence said enough. I wasn't angry anymore. I was just trying to understand. Sometimes, life gives us situations we never planned for. Situations that test our patience, our emotions, and our ability to accept reality. And sometimes, the truth doesn't break you. It changes you. Subscribe now for more emotional stories, and don't miss the next powerful story that will touch your heart deeply.